I'm Luke from Build Test Solutions, and I'm going to show you a pulse test from start to finish. So the kit's designed to be a single person carry, so we've got three main parts: the compressor, the controller, and on my back here we've got the air receiver, the air canister. So what we're going to do first is connect it all up. So we've got the air line to connect the compressor to the tank, and then the power cable to connect the compressor to the tank. We've then got a power cable for the air receiver, and the data cable to connect the controller to the air receiver. So 4 cables that we just need to set up. Let's first connect the air hose from the compressor to the air receiver. And then essentially the air receiver serves as as the power hub. So what we're doing is putting mains into the air receiver with a single plug in the wall, and then power will be delivered out from the air receiver to the compressor and power over Ethernet to the controller. Blue cables denote that they're air related. We've also got this vibration mat just to put under the compressor if you're on hard floors, tiles, laminate, that kind of thing. We can then connect the controller on this cable. Taking these off before, shouldn't I? So that's just a simple Ethernet cable, one connection on the controller over to a control port on the air receiver. And that just leaves the last cable to connect the power into the air receiver. So we now have power to the system. What we'll do is charge the compressor, run the compressor to charge the tank for it. This will take 7 minutes to charge the tank to full. Whilst that's happening, you can go around and prepare the building and make sure all the internal doors are open, the windows and doors to the outside are all closed, and carry out your measurements. So you need to know the total volume of the building and also the overall envelope area. Go around and do those measurements whilst it's charging. Okay, so we've now fully charged the tank. As the tank reaches pressure, the compressor automatically cuts off. And you'll see here we've got the controller is now fully powered up. So on the controller, we've got on the top left here a temperature sensor sampling the pressure in the room, and a pressure sensor sampling the room pressure, the pressure in the building. We can now start to set up our test. We need to input tester initials, check that the tank's detected, then some information about the building, so literally just a job number or the address. Let's call that test 1. And then we can also add additional information about the building and any notes in relation to the test. We can then go next. I happen to know the dimensions of this space, but we would now input the building geometry information in order to be able to run the test. So I know the envelope area of this particular space that I'm in is 115 and the volume is 93. So I input that information. I then have to indicate what test type it is. So am I existing home pre-improvement, existing home post-improvement? Is it a new build, a bedroom or another space? So in this case, I'm going to say we're in an other space. And I can then press next and we're ready to launch the test. So what I'll do is press go. It gives us a 5-second countdown Then the test will execute. It essentially does some sampling of the background pressure for a couple of seconds, and then we'll release 2 bursts of air in succession, sample the background pressure again afterwards, and the result will be presented on the screen within about 15 seconds. So I'm now going to press go, and you'll get these 2 bursts of air. People can be in the building using the property as normal. All that you need to do is make sure that the air receiver has clear air around it, you're not immediately adjacent to any walls, and that you're roughly central on the ground floor. All internal doors open, no need for any other further prep. So, press go. That's the full test process, and then what we'll have is on the results screen presentation of the full results. So on the left hand side here we've measured the air leakage rate, meters cubed per hour. We've got the air permeability, the air changes per hour, all at 4 pascals, and then on the right hand side a series of quality checks, the R squared value for the test, the achieved pressure range for the test, the pressure exponent is expressed as an N value, the number of steps used, so in this case both bursts of air. Just a final check, valid test, good to go. So there's our full results. This particular space that I'm in has measured an air permeability of 1.57 at 4 pascals. I would then go back to the main menu, and I can go to history, see a full log of all my tests automatically saved, and I simply select the test that I've just carried out. I'd plug in a USB stick, download that test, then I can upload it straight onto the online Pulse software where I can generate a test report and send that to the client.